I just spent a week with the Honda Civic Type R, and if you haven't already seen the full review, go watch that first. But these are 3 surprises that I had after driving this car for a week. The first one that we're going to talk about is the ability to road trip this car. This car is shockingly good at road tripping. And what do you need on a good road trip? You need it to be comfortable. You need to have all the features that you need. You need to have space. So here's what makes it so good at road tripping. That's a surprise, is the fact that these seats, despite looking ridiculous and being ultra supportive, are actually really, really comfortable. I went on a long drive today and had no discomfort in my back or my butt. There's like so much cushion in these seats, and despite, like I said, being supportive, they don't hold you in too tightly that it's uncomfortable. Now, going with the features and stuff like that, it has adaptive cruise control. It has lane keep assist. These are all standard things on these Hondas now that make it so good for a road trip, so you don't have to constantly worry about, with the adaptive cruise control, adjusting your speed as people get in front of you. You can set your speed limit at 80 miles an hour and go 80 until someone gets in front of you. The car will adjust for you. It's very, very good. And also, once again, talking of comfort, the suspension on this thing, despite looking ultra aggressive, is actually very compliant, especially when you put it in comfort mode. So not only are the seats comfortable and you have all these features that keep you, at ease while driving, but the suspension is very comfortable. So when you go over rough pavement and stuff, it doesn't beat you up or anything like that. So that's the first surprise, is that it's really good on road trips. The number 2 surprise for the Civic Type R is the amount of space in this thing. Okay, so you have a little cubby up here, a cubby down there. You're thinking, oh, the center console, that's about standard size. Boom, it opens up and you can look at how much stuff you could put in here. It's huge. There's like this modular center console, which is really cool. There's very rarely can I fit my water bottle in the door cards of cars anymore. Same thing over here. Back seat. I have the seat adjusted to where I would sit, and I'm 6'1", and look at how much room I have as a 6'1" driver, or 6'1" passenger. Look at the knee room. I have headroom here. It's a little bit tight, but my head's not hitting the ceiling. There is these drink cup holders in the center. There's just so much storage. And look at the trunk, or boot, if you're anywhere else in the world. Massive. So it really begs the question, why would you ever buy a CUV or a crossover sport utility vehicle when this is essentially feels just as big and drives a lot better because it's lower to the ground and is more efficient because it's lighter and stuff like that? This thing is surprisingly spacious for a sports car. The last surprise with the Civic Type R is the fuel economy. I look at this thing, it has 305 horsepower, it has a massive wing, it has all this aero, and yet, despite the fact that it's quite fast in the quarter mile, it gets 28 miles to the gallon, and I actually saw 29 miles to the gallon on the highway just cruising. So if you're driving at a reasonable pace, or even around town, it's actually quite fuel efficient. Now, certainly if you're on it all the time, and the first tank of gas that I went through with this thing, I was just blitzing the back roads, it drinks fuel. But if you drive it like a reasonable human being, or if you take it on a road trip and you're just cruising on the highway, it actually is quite efficient. So that's the third and final surprise with this car. It, as I mentioned in my full review, if you haven't seen, go watch it, is a unbelievably well-rounded car. And for something under 40 grand to be able to go this fast and be this comfortable and have this much space, you really can't beat it. It is the car to do it all, or the car that does it all, I should say. Thanks for watching, guys. This was just a little quick hit that I wanted to share with you guys about the Honda Civic Type R. If you want to check me out on Instagram, Eat Sleep Drive TV. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next time.